Looking back to 2 years ago, the way I first met Vincent felt like a scene out of a movie. We quickly fell in love, and our relationship progressed rapidly, making me feel like I was the luckiest person on earth. I had thought our love story would be as beautiful as a fairy tale, but little did I know that everything would turn into a nightmare. We had decided to get married next year, and to better prepare for our married life, we started living together. This was supposed to be a wonderful phase, yet I discovered a chilling truth: Vincent was a control freak. Initially, his requests seemed reasonable, like asking me to report my whereabouts on time and to avoid being too close to other men. I thought maybe he cared about me, so I tried to accommodate him. However, over time, his control became more and more extreme. I had to seek his permission even to meet friends, and he insisted I wear clothes he selected. Strangely, whenever I obediently followed his demands, he would become incredibly tender, showing me utmost care and affection. His smiles and hugs made me believe that this was love, and all I needed to do was play my part. My friends started noticing my growing despondency. They saw the changes in me and asked what was wrong. However, I always tried to defend Vincent, explaining that he was only acting out of concern. One time, I stayed out late at a friend's gathering, but I had informed him in advance. To my shock, Vincent suddenly appeared at the event, angrily asking why I wasn't home on time. His eyes were filled with anger. I stared at him in fear, a sense of impending doom washing over me. The situation was incredibly awkward. My friend sensed that something was amiss and tried to persuade me to break up. However, I worried that breaking up might drive Vincent to extremes. As his behavior became more and more irrational, I felt suffocated, cutting off all invitations. Eventually, I made up my mind to end things with him. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I couldn't endure his control and oppression any longer. I found an opportunity and told him honestly that I wanted to end the relationship. His face twisted in anger, and his eyes were filled with rage. I got so scared that I couldn't continue speaking. I retreated to a corner, facing his outburst with confusion. I tried to calm him down, explaining my reasons, but he wouldn't listen. He continued to roar, his words filled with threats. A fear I had never experienced before took over me. The person in front of me was unrecognizable. It was like he had become a different person. I struggled to keep my emotions in check, telling him that we both needed to calm down. However, he only yelled at me, leaving me speechless. It felt as if I was being sucked into a dark whirlpool from which there was no escape. Meanwhile, during this time, I was not working. As it happened, my job had concluded, and Vincent suggested quitting my job to focus on preparing for our wedding. But now, I decided I needed to rejoin the workforce. I wanted to leave this city, to escape his control. I found an opportunity to discreetly contact Vincent's brother, Owen, hoping he could help defuse Vincent's anger. Owen understood his brother well, and their relationship had always been strong. I believed Owen's intervention could prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. With Owen's help, I managed to secretly move out of our shared residence. I settled in a new city, starting my life anew. However, things didn't end there. Some nights, I received furious phone calls from Vincent. He would shout and cry, even threatening to find me. These calls terrified me, to the point where I felt disconnected from reality. I changed my phone number and deleted my social media accounts. I was genuinely afraid he might appear in front of me. During this period, I was consumed by exhaustion and fear. I even began to doubt whether I was seeing his figure everywhere I went. Every stranger made me feel uneasy. To escape this constant anxiety, I moved again. This relationship had pushed me away from my familiar city and distanced me from close friends. I felt immensely lonely. However, no matter what, I couldn't let this fear continue to dominate my life.